Hi everybody, this is Annie with Art Doll Heaven, and what you're seeing here are Pearl X pigments. They come in many different colors and many different matte, or you can buy the shimmery or however, and I have put them on a muslin fabric here, and you can see how light or dark it can be, and I fix it with a aerosol hairspray for fine hair. And the reason why I do that is because it dries quickly and it stays, and I don't have to worry about it. It won't come off. Now you'll see the different tonal values you'll get. The video that's coming up is a short clip, but it's going to show you how to apply it, and once you apply it in the manner which I show you, then you spray it and let it dry. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks a lot.
Okay, here we are, and I'm going to show you how to apply the Pearl X to your mermaid body. This is what I like to do, and Pearl X has boomed just recently. To my knowledge, it caught my attention on an art doll site that I'm a member of, and so I thought, maybe you could put this on, instead of heating it in an oven and cooking it, because you can cook it up to, it says 600 degrees, on like a piece of jewelry, or if you were to mix it into some white paint, that kind of thing. So paint, I might add, that would be fireproof. You'd want something like a glaze, kiln type glaze, I'm assuming. So be careful. I would not recommend, if you're going to have this pigment on your doll, don't stick it in your bead oven or whatever. You don't want the fabric to catch on fire, because it will, so I would not recommend that, but you don't need that. Here's what we're going to do. I have a Q-tip, and I want the base of the body to be white, so I'm putting, I hope you can see this, I'm putting white on the body. This is called microbe pearl, so it's like an iridescent pearl. Okay, and I'm not doing it in any rhyme or reason. Okay, and it doesn't take a lot. Now then I want another type, and I'm going to flip my Q-tip over. Don't assume that these are the same white colors, because they're not. This is called iridescent gold. Oh, I'm sorry, interference gold, and it's like an iridescent gold, really. It's where they get the word interference, I'm not sure, but that's what it looks like. It looks like an iridescent gold. There's also an iridescent violet in this particular Pearl X. Now you can kind of see the difference there. One has a more pearl look and one has a more gold look. Okay, and they do have a sheen. Now I chose two different golds to go on this. This is sparkle gold, and I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to lay this in the same color pattern as how I used it, because you don't want to get confused with that. You don't want to mix this with this. You'll mess up your pigments. So now I'm going to do sparkle gold, and you're going to really see this sparkle in between those two. I'm not putting a whole lot in there. I'm trying, less is more in the beginning until you get a feel for what you want, and then I'm going to come in and add more as I do it, going, okay, I'm liking this, so. Okay, now you've got pearl, you've got the interference gold, which I would consider to be a translucent gold, and then you have sparkle gold. See the sparkling? Okay, now I'm going to flip over my Q-tip, and I'm going to do what is called brilliant gold. And I haven't used this. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, so this would be a new thing for the both of us. Alright, and that looks a lot bolder than this other gold. It's showing up a lot more. And I'm going to take it up into the pearl a little bit. And I'm just lightly spreading it into the fabric. Okay. And you're probably saying, hey, you know, why are you doing this one a little differently? Well, I'm doing it differently because this is going to be a different doll. So, but either way, whether you go in and you dye your fabric or not, I'm showing you how to apply this. I do like it over the different colored dyes. I think it has a lot of dimension. But what I'm also knowing is that just because these colors are light, I'm about to show you the darker Pearl X and show you the difference. But anytime you're going to use this and you're going to use like different tonal depths and you want it to look have dark spots and all that, always put your lighter to darker first. Okay, and that's what I'm doing. Lighter to darker. Now I'm going to do some dark colors, and I'm going to add what's called super copper because she's a mermaid. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my Q-tip in the same order as what I used my gold, because it's on the Q-tip you can't really tell a whole lot the difference, and I don't want to mess my pigment up. So now I'm going to use super copper, and this will be my first time to use this, so this is, like I said, this will be good for the both of us. So let's see, now this is dark, so I'm just patting it, sprinkling and patting. Okay, that's all I'm doing, because once I start to rub it in, it's going to spread, and I don't want a big blotchy dark spot, except maybe in one or two places, depending on how it's beginning to look. And if I want to make it darker, then you go back and you put more on that same spot. Okay, kind of like this right here. You know, that turned out to be pretty dark because that was the majority of it. So okay, are you with me on that? Now what I want to do is I want to add, and I'm going to flip over my Q-tip, and I'm going to add what's called super russet. Now I'm not sure what that means, but we're about to see. I think it's more of a red. So let's see how it goes. So I want to put it down here. Ooh, that is a lot darker. Super russet. Okay. Like a reddish bronze is what it's looking like to me. Okay, so that really to me adds dimension to this. And these darker colors are also what I would say, hey, you know, if you don't have any fabric dyes, use these darker colors to come into your lighter colors and add dimension, like I'm doing here on this new doll. I don't have a name for her yet. I'm not quite sure, you know, what she'll be called, but let me put it over here. Okay, now I have another gold that is a very dark gold, okay, and it's called sunset gold, and it's pretty dark. It almost looks like the gold you pull out of the ground. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my Q-tip down in the order in which, so if this is this side, I know that this side of the Q-tip goes in here. I know that this was the last thing I used, and it was on this side, so I placed my Q-tip near it in the same direction that they're sitting. And same thing with these. That's how I'm doing that. So with my last Q-tip, I'm going to do some darker gold, and I think this is really going to add some contrast because it's pretty dark. seems pretty dark, and I'm just going to do it in places because I'm not sure how dark this is going to get. You know, mermaids are, you know, they're fish, I guess you could say that. And a lot of fish are have different colors and spots and stripes and things like that. So that's how I'm looking at it when I'm designing my mermaids. Is I'm looking at it in terms of, you know, the spots and stuff. Now, if I wanted to go over and I wanted to pearlize this more, then I would go back to my pearls, okay, and let's try the pearl and see what happens over a darker color, and just see what happens. I think what happens is it begins to act like the interference, as the Pearl X company calls it, and it just tones it down. See? Same color, just tones it down, which is a neat thing. Now let's try the, now that was the pearl, okay? Okay, that's the pearl, micro pearl effect. Let's try the interference and see what happens. Let's try it on this one. And let me tell you, there's no rule that says you can't go back and use dyes. I mean, there's no rules on this. It's all about creativity. And this mermaid, I want to make a little lighter. Okay? I don't want to make her really dark, like our lesson one. This one's going to be a little different. So I want to tone that one down too, and I'm using the interference on top of that, so that really did tone it down. Okay, now that you know how to apply it, let me show you another trick. This is how I get mine to stay like I want it to stay. Okay, ready for this? This is just your favorite hairspray. Do not use an aerosol. Do not use a squirt, because I think that a squirt would be too wet, and all you're trying to do is put a light coat, and that's all you need. One spray. That's it. Now what's going to happen is it's going to make it look felt. It's going to give it a felt appearance in the beginning, and then as it dries, it's going to go back to a more cotton fabric. Okay? So now you know how to apply Pearl X. And I will give you all that information in your template that comes with your DVD. Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
Well, thanks for watching my tip, and as you might have noticed, this is an excerpt from my Minerva mermaid pattern. She's going to be coming out soon, and if you're interested in it, let me know. You can reach me at my Facebook page, Art Doll Heaven. Just shoot me an email and become a friend. And also, you can go to my Etsy shop, Art Doll Heaven, and once the pattern is done, she'll be on my Etsy shop. If you ever have any troubles, I do video help with all my patterns, and all you have to do is give me a call or email me, and I'd be happy to help you, so don't ever hesitate. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this tip, and I'll see y'all later.